Welcome back to Z Coins, where we bring you the most exciting coin discoveries and their true worth in today's market. Today, we are diving into the fascinating history and value of the 1973 Roosevelt dime. If you have one of these coins lying around, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a major role in the formation of the March of Dimes Foundation. Designed by John Arsenic, the dime has remained a staple of U.S. currency for decades. The 1973 version of this coin may seem like an ordinary piece of change, but certain factors can skyrocket its value to collectors and investors. Now let's talk about the value of the 1973 Roosevelt dime. Generally circulated dimes from this year hold their face value of 10 cents, but uncirculated or error versions can be worth significantly more. The primary factor that determines value is the condition or grade of the coin. A dime in mint state with no wear and sharp details can fetch a premium price at auctions or coin shops. One of the most valuable versions of the 1973 Roosevelt dime includes errors such as the missing mint mark varieties, double die errors, or off-center strikes. Some of these rare errors have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and condition. In the current market, a 1973 Roosevelt dime in pristine condition can be worth a substantial amount. Based on recent auction records and collector interest, a high-grade example can fetch as much as $83.89. This price may fluctuate depending on demand, market trends, and the overall rarity of the specific dime in question. If you want to determine the value of your 1973 Roosevelt dime, consider getting it professionally graded by organizations such as the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Company (NGC). A certified grade can significantly boost its market price and desirability among serious collectors. To maximize the value of your coin, always store it in a protective case to prevent scratches and wear. Avoid cleaning it, as improper cleaning can damage the coin and reduce its value. Keeping your dime in its original condition is the best way to ensure it retains its worth over time. So, if you have a 1973 Roosevelt dime, check its details closely. Look for signs of errors, inspect its condition, and consider getting it appraised by an expert. Who knows, you might be holding onto a rare treasure that is worth far more than you ever imagined. We are diving into the 1966 Roosevelt dime, a coin that many overlook but could be worth a small fortune. Stick around as we uncover the history, the rarity, and the factors that make some of these dimes worth up to $74,889. The history of the 1966 Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a significant role in the creation of the March of Dimes program, which aimed to combat polio. The dime was designed by John Arsenic and features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. In 1965, the United States Mint made a significant change to coinage. Due to the rising costs of silver, the government decided to remove silver from dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel clad composition. This change continued into 1966, making the 1966 Roosevelt dime part of the clad era. Unlike earlier silver dimes, these are made of an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. What makes the 1966 Roosevelt dime valuable? Most 1966 Roosevelt dimes are common and only worth their face value or slightly more in higher grades. However, some specific factors can make these coins extremely valuable. First is the condition. Coins that have been well preserved in high grades, such as mint state MS66, MS67, or higher, are sought after by collectors. The better the condition, the higher the value. Second is full bands designation. A Roosevelt dime with fully defined bands on the torch indicating a strong strike can significantly increase its worth. These are rarer because the striking process often leaves the bands weak or incomplete. Third is rare errors and varieties. Some 1966 dimes were struck with errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers. These errors make the coin unique and highly desirable among collectors. Why 1966 Roosevelt dime is worth $74,889. The record price for a 1966 Roosevelt dime reached $74,889 due to its exceptional grade and eye appeal. It was graded MS67 with full bands by PCGS, a top grading company, and it was in nearly perfect condition. The rarity of such a well-struck dime from this year, combined with strong collector demand, drove the price to an astonishing level. Current market value of the 1966 Roosevelt dime. For those wondering about the general market value, here is a breakdown. Circulated 1966 Roosevelt dimes are typically worth only 10 to 20 cents due to their Commonality and circulated examples in MS60 to MS64 range from $2 to $20. High-grade MS65 to MS67 examples can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s. Those with full bands designation, especially in MS67 and above, can reach into the tens of thousands, with the highest ever recorded price being $74,889. Conclusion: if you have a 1966 Roosevelt dime, check it carefully. If it is in pristine condition, has full bands, or a rare error, it could be worth much more than face value rare coins. Like this prove that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button for more coin collecting tips and rare finds. We have a fascinating topic that could put some serious cash in your pocket. If you have a 1984 Roosevelt dime sitting in your coin collection, you might want to take a closer look, because some of these dimes are worth an astonishing amount of money. Today we will dive deep into the history of this dime, what makes it valuable, and how much collectors are willing to pay for it right now, so make sure you watch until the end to find out if you have a small fortune in your hands. History of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt was also instrumental in the fight against polio, and the March of Dimes campaign was originally created to fund research for this disease. That is why he was chosen to be featured on the dime as a symbol of hope and progress. The 1984 Roosevelt dime. Fast forward to 1984, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes, including those struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which bear the P mint mark. While most of these dimes are common, there are a few rare and valuable varieties that collectors actively seek. Some of these dimes can be worth a small fortune, especially if they are in top condition or have unique errors. Factors that determine value: there are several factors that determine the value of a 1984 Roosevelt dime, and here are the most important ones: mint mark and condition. As mentioned before, the 1984 dimes struck in Philadelphia bear the P mint mark. These dimes are not considered rare in general, but their condition plays a huge role in determining their value. A dime in poor condition might only be worth face value, but a dime in mint state condition or graded by a professional grading service can be worth significantly more. Errors and varieties. One of the biggest reasons why some 1984 Roosevelt dimes are worth big money is because of mint errors. These errors could include double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or even missing elements on the coin. Some rare error dimes have been known to sell for thousands of dollars at auctions, so it is always worth checking your coins for any oddities. Market demand. Like all collectibles, coin values fluctuate based on market demand. If collectors are actively seeking a specific coin, prices can skyrocket. For instance, some Roosevelt dimes with rare features or high grades have recently sold for over $68,000. That is an incredible return for a simple 10-cent coin. How much is the 1984 Roosevelt dime worth now? The part you have been waiting for: how much is this dime actually worth right now in circulated condition? Most 1984 Roosevelt dimes are only worth their face value of 10 cents. However, if you have a high-grade example certified by a reputable grading company such as PCGS or NGC, it could be worth a lot more. A near-perfect example, graded MS68, recently sold for an astonishing $68,889. That is life-changing money for a coin that many people overlook. How to check if your dime is valuable. If you want to see if you have a valuable 1984 Roosevelt dime, here are some steps to follow. First, examine the coin closely under good lighting. Look for any signs of errors, such as doubling, missing elements, or off-center strikes. Second, check the overall condition of the coin. Coins with scratches, wear, and damage are usually worth less, so if your coin looks brand new, it might have more value. Third, consider getting your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A high grade can significantly increase its value. Fourth, research recent sales on auction sites to see how similar coins have been selling. This will give you an idea of the current market demand. Final thoughts. So there you have it. The 1984 Roosevelt dime might seem like just another small piece of change, but in reality, it could be worth a fortune. If you have one of these dimes lying around, make sure to check it carefully, because you never know, you might just be holding a hidden treasure. We are talking about the 1994 Roosevelt dime, a coin that might seem ordinary but could be worth a fortune. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in the development of the March of Dimes, which helped in the fight against polio. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency, minted in both Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Now, let us talk about the 1994 Roosevelt dime, specifically the Denver minted version, which carries the D mint mark. This particular year and mint combination is typically common with millions of these coins produced. However, certain rare error coins and high-grade specimens can fetch a significant amount of money in today's market. What makes a 1994 Roosevelt dime valuable? First off, condition is key. Coins that are graded MS67 and above by PCGS or NGC tend to have the highest value due to their rarity. Coins with full bands designation, which means the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and well-defined, are even more sought after. Collectors pay top dollar for these pristine examples. Some rare error coins from the 1994 D series include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on wrong planchets. If you happen to find a 1994 D Roosevelt dime with any of these errors, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Now let us talk about the current market value as of today. A high-grade MS-67 1994 D Roosevelt dime is valued at approximately $60.889. This is a strong price for a modern dime considering its face value is only 10 cents. The price can fluctuate based on market demand and auction results, so it is always best to check with a professional coin grading service or auction site for the most accurate valuation. If you are wondering how to determine if you have a valuable 1994 D Roosevelt dime, here are a few steps you can take. First, check the condition of your coin. Does it have scratches, wear, or discoloration? The better the condition, the more valuable it will be. Second, look for any errors or unique features. A strong magnifying glass can help you spot doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or other abnormalities. Third, consider getting your coin graded by a reputable company like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade increases credibility and makes it easier to sell your coin at a high price. Collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for rare and valuable dimes, so if you have a 1994 D Roosevelt dime that meets these criteria, it might be time to have it appraised. You never know, you might be holding onto a small fortune in your pocket. We have an exciting topic: the 1996 P Roosevelt dime, a coin that many collectors are searching for and one that has been making waves in the numismatic community because of its increasing value and desirability. Before we get into the value and market trends, let us take a quick look at the history of the Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in leading the United States through the Great Depression and most of World War II. The design features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse side with the word Liberty inscribed along with the motto "In God We Trust" and the year of mintage. The reverse of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 1996 P Roosevelt dime was minted in Philadelphia and features the P mint mark located just above the date on the obverse side. This particular dime is significant because it was minted in the same year as the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime series. While most 1996 P dimes are found in circulation, there are certain high-grade specimens that command a premium price among collectors. So, how much is a 1996 P Roosevelt dime worth today? The answer depends on a few key factors, such as the condition, rarity, and demand in the current market. Most 1996 P dimes that have been used in everyday transactions or show signs of wear are worth their face value of 10 cents. However, if you have a coin that is in uncirculated condition or has been graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, you could be looking at a much higher price tag. In recent auctions, some 1996 P Roosevelt dimes in mint state 67 or higher have sold for impressive amounts. A pristine example, graded MS-67 or MS-68, can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s depending on demand and the number of available high-grade specimens. Currently, the market value for an exceptional 1996 P Roosevelt dime has been recorded at $53,889, making it a valuable coin to keep an eye on. One of the key reasons this dime has gained attention is the increasing interest in modern coin collecting. While older coins often receive more focus, collectors have started recognizing the rarity and importance of high-quality modern coins, such as this one, coins that maintain their original luster, sharp details, and have no major scratches or blemishes are particularly desirable to collectors. If you are wondering whether you have a valuable 1996 P Roosevelt dime, take a close look at the condition and, if possible, have it professionally graded. Coins that are slabbed and certified tend to sell for higher prices than raw coins because collectors and investors trust the grade assigned by professional grading companies. Another thing to consider is error varieties. While the 1996 P Roosevelt dime is not widely known for major mint errors, some examples with misaligned dies, double strikes, or off-center designs have surfaced over the years. Coins with such errors can sometimes command an even higher price, especially if they are in excellent condition. Now let us talk about how you can sell a valuable 1996 P Roosevelt dime. If you believe you have a high-grade example, you can take it to a local coin shop or submit it for grading through a professional service. Online marketplaces such as eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Great Collections also provide a great platform to reach serious collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. As always, if you are looking to start a collection or sell coins, it is important to do thorough research and consult with professionals to ensure you get the best value for your money. The 1996 P Roosevelt dime might just be sitting in your pocket or coin jar, So keep an eye out because finding one in excellent condition could mean a nice payday for you. That is all for today's video. If you enjoyed this discussion about the 1996p Roosevelt dime and its value, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. Also, let us know in the comments if you have come across any rare coins in your collection, or if you have a 1996p Roosevelt dime that you think might be worth something. We would love to hear from you. We have a very special coin to discuss, the 2014p Roosevelt 1 dime. This coin has recently gained attention in the numismatic world, and its value is higher than what you might expect. Stay with us as we uncover the history, the reasons behind its worth, and how much it is selling for in the current market. History of the 2014p Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime has been a part of U.S. currency since 1946, when it was first introduced to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II made him one of the most influential figures in American history. The dime was chosen to commemorate his contributions, particularly his involvement in founding the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, later known as the March of Dimes. The 2014p Roosevelt dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint as indicated by the P mint mark on the coin. This particular year was not known for any major errors or variations, but some well-preserved pieces and high-grade specimens have been fetching impressive prices in the market. Why is the 2014p Roosevelt dime valuable? Though most dimes from this era are common, certain factors make the 2014p Roosevelt dime worth more than its face value. One of the biggest reasons for its increased value is the condition and grading by agencies such as PCGS and NGC. Coins that are in mint state condition, especially those graded MS 67 and higher, can command a premium price. Additionally, if a coin has a full Bands designation, meaning the torch on the reverse is fully struck with sharp details, its value can increase significantly. Another factor that contributes to its worth is its demand among collectors. Some collectors look for complete Roosevelt dime collections, while others focus on specific years and mint marks. This demand can drive up the price for well-preserved examples. Current market value as of now, the 2014p Roosevelt 1 dime has been observed selling for around $46.88 in high-grade condition. This is significantly higher than its face value of 10 cents, making it a desirable coin for collectors and investors. If you happen to come across one in your collection or pocket change, it is worth examining the condition carefully and possibly getting it graded if you believe it is in exceptional shape. Conclusion: the 2014p Roosevelt 1 dime might seem like just another ordinary coin, but its market value proves otherwise. Whether you are a coin collector or just someone who enjoys learning about numismatics, this coin is definitely worth paying attention to. Be sure to check your change and look out for well-preserved dimes, as they could be worth more than you think. We are diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, where even a simple dime can be worth much more than its face value. We are talking about the 2016p Roosevelt dime and why some of these dimes are worth a lot of money. So if you have one of these in your pocket change or collection, you might be sitting on something valuable. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in the creation of the March of Dimes campaign against polio. The dime has remained largely unchanged over the years, featuring Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse. The 2016p dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and while billions were produced, some special varieties and errors make certain coins highly sought after by collectors. One of the main factors that affect the value of the 2016p Roosevelt dime is its condition. A dime in heavily circulated condition is generally worth its face value, but uncirculated examples and those with high grades from professional grading services can command a premium. In particular, a 2016p Roosevelt dime graded MS 67 or higher can be worth significantly more than face value. But what makes some of these dimes worth even more money? Some rare errors and varieties are what collectors look for. One of the most notable error types is the misalignment or double die error, where elements of the coin design appear doubled due to a striking mishap. If you find a 2016p Roosevelt dime with strong doubling, especially on the inscriptions or Roosevelt's profile, you could have a valuable coin worth well over its normal value. Another sought-after error is the missing clad layer error, which results in a copper appearance on one or both sides of the dime. So, what is the current market value of the 2016p Roosevelt dime? While a standard circulated dime from this year is worth just 10 cents, collectors and dealers are willing to pay much more for high-grade or error examples. As of now, the current market value for a high-grade 2016p Roosevelt dime is estimated at $36.88. This price fluctuates based on demand, auction results, and rarity, so always keep an eye on the latest market trends. If you think you have a valuable 2016p Roosevelt dime, make sure to handle it carefully and Consider getting it graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC grading can significantly increase a coin's value, especially if it receives a high mint state grade or has a recognized error. Additionally, checking auction sites and coin dealers can give you an idea of what collectors are currently paying for these dimes. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby, and sometimes even the smallest denominations can surprise you with their value. So next time you get change, take a closer look, because you never know if you might be holding a hidden treasure. We are going to talk about the 2021 P Roosevelt dime and why this small but mighty coin is worth a lot of money. If you have a 2021 P Roosevelt dime in your collection, you might be sitting on a surprising amount of cash. So stay tuned as we discuss its history, rarity, value, and what makes it so special in today's numismatic market. Let's start with a little history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This coin was designed by John Arsenic and was meant to honor Roosevelt's contributions, especially his role in the March of Dimes campaign, which helped combat polio. Since its release, the Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency, undergoing only minor design changes over the years. Now, let's talk about the 2021 P Roosevelt dime in particular. The P mint mark indicates that this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. While most dimes from 2021 are common, certain variations, mint errors, and high-grade specimens can be incredibly valuable to collectors. If you have a 2021 P Roosevelt dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you have one with a rare mint error, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than face value. One of the key factors in determining the value of a 2021 P Roosevelt dime is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 being a perfect coin with no imperfections. Coins that are graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can fetch premium prices. Additionally, error coins are highly sought after. Some of the known errors that can increase the value of a 2021 P Roosevelt dime include off-center strikes, double dies, and missing elements due to striking issues. These errors can make a coin rare and highly desirable among collectors. Now, let's get to the exciting part. The current market value of the 2021 P Roosevelt dime can vary, but recently, high-grade specimens and rare error coins have been selling for impressive prices. At the time of this recording, a pristine, high-grade 2021 P Roosevelt dime can be worth as much as $24.889 or even more if it has unique features. Prices fluctuate based on demand and the condition of the coin, so if you have one, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional. If you're looking to sell your 2021 P Roosevelt dime, there are several ways to do so. Online auction sites like eBay, dedicated coin marketplaces, and local coin shops are great places to start. Make sure to have your coin graded and authenticated to get the best possible price. To sum it up, the 2021 P Roosevelt dime may seem like an ordinary coin, but in reality, it can be worth a significant amount of money, especially in pristine condition or if it has rare mint errors. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just someone who stumbled upon this dime in your pocket change, it's always exciting to know that small coins can hold big value. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more coin-related content. Also, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins and collectibles. Until next time, happy collecting.